Unemployment is up to 7%. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at the labour force data for Australia that has just been released. So some of the key statistics. The seasonally adjusted estimates for October 2020, unemployment rate has increased to 7%. That's an increase from 6.9%. This is the ABS data, and in a moment we'll look at Roy Morgan's take on it. Participation rate has increased to 65.8%, which is good. More people are participating in the economy. Maybe they're starting to, look for jobs again. Employment increased to 12.7 million with change. And this is natural that the unemployment rate would go up because the participation rate is going up as more people are getting involved in the economy. Employment to population ratio increased 61.2%. The underemployment rate decreased to 10.4%. And monthly hours worked increased by 21 million. So there is some good news here. There is some good news, particularly the decrease to underemployment. So if we have a look here. Okay, employed people, the monthly change is up 1.4% from September to October. Yearly, it's still down 1%. Yearly, we're still having 132,000 less employed people. So unemployed people, monthly change is 2.7%. That's 25,000 month on month. But the yearly change of unemployed people is up 33.1%. Still 238,900 increase in the unemployed people. The unemployment rate, it's up 1 point. Then there's no yearly change. Or no, the percentage change isn't. It's 1.7 points higher than it was last year. The underemployment rate, now that's lost 1 percentage point down from 11.4 to 10.4%. And a yearly change of 1.9 up. Participation rate has gone up 0.9. Still on yearly, it's down 0.1. And the monthly hours worked is up 21 million, but on a yearly basis, we're still down 61 million, 3.4% down. So estimates of change throughout this release are calculated using unrounded level estimates and may be different from, but are more accurate than movements obtained from the rounded level estimates. So we can go here. Let's have a look at unemployment. The unemployment rate increased 0.1 points to 7%, 1.7% higher than a year ago. Unemployment increased by 25,000 to 960,900 people and increased by 238,900 over the year. I mean, that's crazy, everyone. Now, a recession takes a while to filter through. The youth unemployment rate increased 1 point to 15.6% and increased by 3.1% over the year to October. And if we jump over here, let's have a look at just the Roy Morgan estimate of unemployment. They're saying October has gone down from September in 12.9 to 12.8%. The rough rule is kind of double the ABS figures to get the Roy Morgan figures. I tend to suspect the Roy Morgan probably are a little bit more accurate. So we can see here unemployment is up again. So employment. Employment increased by 178,800 people, 1.4% to 12.773,900 people. Over the year to October, employment decreased by 1% or 132,000 people. So here you have it. We still haven't reached the peak that we had. So when we started dropping down, we still haven't recovered. So any discussion of an economic recovery until we reach that the unemployment rate that we previously had and the employed people that we previously had, taking for account population growth, we can't say we've recovered. Full-time and part-time employment. So full-time employment increased by 97,000 to 8.6 million, and part-time employment increased by 81,000 to 4.1 million. Over the year to October 2020, full-time employment decreased by 186,000 people and part-time employment increased by 54,000. So overall, it looks like people are being let go from their full-time jobs and put on to a part-time position, which isn't surprising. How many of these jobs are JobKeeper? Should they even be counted? The part-time share of employment over the past 12 months increased 0.8 percentage points to 32.3%. Employment to population ratio. In seasonally adjusted terms in October 2020, the employment to population ratio increased by 0.8 points to 61.2% and decreased by 1.3 points from the same time last year. The employment to population ratio provides a measure of employment relative to the size of the population. We have here people overall, then men and women. And see, I mean, just look back here. You just have a different participation rate for men and women. That's just how it always has been. So, you know, but both seem to be climbing back at similar rates. Doesn't seem to be any difference in these two charts, does there, in the growth rate? Hours worked. In seasonally adjusted terms in October 2020, monthly hours worked in all jobs increased by 20.6 million to 1,711 million hours. Decreased by 3.4% over the year, which is larger than the 1% decrease in employed people. So, well, that's because more people are working part-time. I mean, look at that. We're still not near where we were before. There you go. Participation. So this is a good sign. Increased by 0.9 points to 65.8 and decreased 0.1 over the year to October 2020. Increased by 1.1 points to men for 70.8% and 0.8 for women to 61%. So our participation is going up. Underemployment. The underemployment rate decreased by 1 percentage points to 10.4. Underutilization rate decreased by 0.9 to 17.4. So these are good signs. Let's have a look at how our states are going. Where do we want? I want the unemployment rate. We'll have a look at that for each state. New South Wales is sitting at 6.5. Victoria is sitting at 7.4. Now, Victoria had the strictest lockdowns. And then Queensland, we haven't had the strictest lockdowns. We're at 7.8. South Australia at 7%. Western Australia at 6.6%, and I'm going to just bring that up here so we can have the... Wait a minute. This is just literally updated as I'm recording this. So if we jump over here, the unemployment rate, seasonally adjusted to July, okay, July 2020 is at 7.5. Okay, I was worried that they instantly increased it. So we'll scroll down here. I just want to see the other states that we're doing. So Queensland, we're doing pretty bad at 7.7%, everyone. You've got South Australia at 7, Western Australia at 6.6, Tasmania at 8.2% unemployment, leading the way. Northern Territory at 5.7, the ACT at 3.9, and I can't say anyone would be surprised at that data. And you've got Australia overall, we're at 7%. Queensland, I'm not too happy with, but Tasmania, that ain't looking good, guys. So, and then you can download the data here, and I will link to that if you'd like to look at it yourself, everyone. What else? Let's jump here. What else can we see here that is interesting? Let's look at the employed people monthly change. So New South Wales is up 0.9. Victoria is up 2.5. Queensland is up 1. South Australia is up 0.7. WA up 1.1. Tasmania flat. Northern Territory 2.4. ACT up 3.6. And Australia 1.4. So the monthly change. And what we want to look at the unemployment rate monthly change. So in New South Wales, the unemployment rate has dropped 0.7% in that month. Victoria has gone up 0.7. So it looks like Victoria is, no, it's not the worst mover. Queensland 0.1, South Australia 0.1, WA down 0.1. This is unemployment rate. Tasmania is up 0.6, only beaten by Northern Territory and Victoria. Northern Territory up 1%. ACT 0.1 up, and overall we're up 0.1. So, I mean, if you look at this chart, guys, you can see there's certain areas, it's not uniform. Certain parts of the country are doing better than others. Look at that low unemployment rate, though, in the ACT. Look at that low unemployment rate. The underemployment rate, let's compare that. New South Wales 9.9, Victoria 13% underemployment rate, which is not surprising just with all the restrictions they've had down there. I can't say that's surprising. And Queensland, we're at 9.5, South Australia 10, Western Australia 8.4, Tasmania 10.4, Northern Territory 8%, ACT 7.7, and Australia overall we're 10%. And then if we have a look at our participation rates across the country, look at the high participation rate in the NT of 72.8%, 75% in ACT. Tasmania is the lowest in the entire country at 61.4%. Western Australia 68.3, SA 63.1, Queensland 66.6, Victoria 65%, and New South Wales is 65.6%. So there you have it, guys. Unemployment has gone up. It's not been uniform across all the different states and territories. Looks like if you're in Canberra, you're probably doing a little bit better than other parts of the country. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. Do you think this means the fabled recovery hasn't materialized? We'll have to see, everyone. I think it's much too early for people to call about things getting better or things improving while we have all this intervention in the market, at the very least. As always, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.